Time for Web3 Breakfast.
Streaming to over 180 countries around the world.
Getting down and dirty with everything crypto.
And bringing your daily fix of Web3 analysis and news.
Brought to you by the Crypto Magazine and your hosts,
Jay Chains and Mr. Dude. Buckle up, settle down,
and let's grow.
Can you guys do me a favor and just settle down? For goodness sakes, just settle down. GM fam, hope you're doing all right. Welcome back to Web3 Breakfast. It is 9 a.m. here on the East Coast, Wednesday, October 2nd. Let's get it. Oh my gosh, how are we feeling, guys? We're going to be talking about Web3 Gaming today. I'm super excited about this. There's a lot of things that we could touch on here. We got a lot of great community members that are doing some fantastic things in the gaming space. And then also, we're going to be giving away some Gotti at the end of the show. And that is user participation written all over it, because for every 100 people that we get in the show, we will be giving away $100 in Gotti. It plays along with our 1% better every single day. So that being said, let me just make sure we got everybody out here. Come on up here, Postmaster. I am Jay Chains, joined obviously by my co-host, Mr. Dude, and our amazing Web3 Breakfast community. I'm going to get some things posted up to the breakfast table, but we got to take care of some house cleaning really quick. Guys, as you are coming into the show, whether you are a listener or you are a viewer on the live stream, whether it's on YouTube or X, just make sure you do the thing, right? Hit the heart, smash the like, repost the space, and then we'll have some other things coming up in a few minutes. I just posted a video this morning about Karate Combat. In my opinion, this is Web3 Gaming's biggest offering, but I'd love to hear what you guys think about that throughout the day today as part of the conversation about gaming. But before we do that, y'all know it's time for the Chop Shop. Chop Shop.
I can't think of a better day than to go do some Web3 gaming today. Yeah. Don't even look at the chart, just play some games and have some fucking fun.
Ah, man, I love that. So I have not looked at the
computer right now.
I have not looked exactly where things are at this morning. I'm glad.
No, don't do that. Keep your web, go get your favorite Web3 game and go do that.
Hey, I am what you call an opportunist. This is not my first rodeo. I am trying to build a portfolio for October for my afternoon show, so I love opportunity. And that's what this is. It's opportunity, guys. It's a chance. It's your last chance. Think of this as your last chance to get that crypto that you wanted to put in your portfolio before things moon. Like literally, this is it. You are gonna have this one opportunity, and then we're off to the races. So do what you can. Donate some blood, sell some toys that you got, whatever you need to do to scrounge some extra money. Like now's the time to do it. Don't fuck it up, because once things go, you missed it.
Yeah.
Real quick on the housekeeping. Friday, we are just going to be doing a space and no stream because you're traveling. I know you had mentioned doing a Gotti giveaway for YouTube on Friday, so I don't know if you wanted to do that tomorrow.
Definitely. I'm not even here on Friday. That's right. So we are not going to be streaming the show on Friday. Yeah, might as well. But the show's still going to be going on Friday. We've got.
That's right. We'll just do a space.
Yeah. Just so you guys know, I will not be here. Mr. Dude gonna be running the show on Friday. Super excited about that. Yeah, because we're traveling to New York for a wedding. Thank you for reminding me, because I did want Friday to be all about the YouTube community to pick up a win on the giveaway stuff. But yeah, we'll fix that for tomorrow instead of Friday. Thank you. All right.
Well, thanks for telling us now. Now my entire Friday is now on the same without the Pizza Friday. So.
No. There's still Pizza Friday.
Oh, okay, good.
No, so
then you're not eating.
Yeah. So everything's the same. We're still doing the giveaways, the show, all that stuff. It's just not going to be live streamed because I will be traveling. I'll be flying to New York, to Buffalo, which I am super excited. We were chatting in the car yesterday, and I was saying to Whit, I was like, hey, we are flying into Buffalo. Not for nothing, we should probably go get some buffalo wings. And Emmy chimed up from the background saying that from the back seat saying she wanted to get some buffalo wings. And so I'm sure she'll get not spicy ones, but she's in for it. Anyway.
Gotta get her those chicken tendies.
Oh, she's she's attendee. She is literally, it's either when we go out to eat, it's either chicken tenders. She's not really into cheeseburgers yet. Grilled cheese, hit or miss. Noodles, that always works. Buttered and cheesy noodles. That's really it. Like she's just a tender kind of gal right now.
Nah, sky's the same. Sometimes it's like nice, and sometimes it's just awful.
Yeah, I mean
like
it's
pasta, like at a restaurant. She's like, yeah, sure, I'll have spaghetti. Okay. Oh, this is gross. It's not the same sauce as at home.
no. So it's either and it's always chicken, French fries, and what we call pink yummy aid. That's lemonade, but it's pink yummy aid.
Nice.
You gotta watch that mac and cheese too with the kids, because sometimes the mac and cheese isn't the right consistency.
Yeah, no, it has to be Kraft Dinner, otherwise it's not mac and cheese.
I love.
You get that fancy mac and cheese with the bread cuts, and it's like, what?
Yeah, whoa.
Disgusting.
Yeah, no, I would just want you just now for me. I love that you guys call it the Kraft Dinner. For me, it's what's the one in the blue box that it's the shells and cheddar from whatever. You could get the Velveeta. I'm not a big fan of the Velveeta anymore, but the one in the blue box, the shells and cheddar, way better than the elbow macaroni with the powdered cheese. Way better. You got to get the liquid cheese.
No, ours is not even the elbow macaroni. Like our Kraft Dinner is like those little, just straight little noodles, those little tiny noodles. There's no elbow bend in it. There's no shells. Just Kraft mac and cheese.
I love that you guys call it Kraft Dinner.
I see your face on stream like, oh damn.
Like literally, I got to see what these noodles look like. I'm not a noodle aficionado, but I do love a good 6-finger cavatelli. You know what I mean? What'd you say? What'd you say?
Keep it old school, keep it original.
Yeah.
If my daughter could live off KD, she probably would.
Oh, now we're even dropping like industry terms. Some KD, huh? Hey, baby, we picking some KD from the store? Absolutely, baby. KD. If my wife said KD, I would be like, what are you talking about?
As long as it doesn't have the word D in front of it, you're good. Don't want to pick it.
You son of a gun.
It's like I make guys. Come on, I'm making a bad thing from you.
Hey, it's all right. Anything goes during the chop shop. That's all right. You guys know the rules.
Anything to make good VG joke. Come on, man. You know, because it gets personal with somebody like, how do you know my medical issue well?
I was gonna on this morning. I decided not to. Now, along kind of those same lines, this morning on the Gotti Inferno post, when you posted the GIF that said it burns, I was gonna say, as long as it doesn't when you pee, you're good to go, my brother. But
I hope it burns when it pees too.
Oh, man, you caught me.
Beautiful thing. Birdie tokens. That is a beautiful thing. I get my kicks off on that one every day.
In the comment section for the show, Jay, I posted a picture of Kraft Dinner mac and cheese for you.
Oh, really?
Man, you're killing me with this crap. Okay, almost nobody in Canada calls it Kraft Dinner anymore. Like maybe back in the 80s, but like now it's just KD. They've actually rebranded themselves as KD. Like it literally says KD in giant letters on the box. I don't even think it says Kraft Dinner, maybe in small letters underneath. But like we've dropped the whole Kraft Dinner thing. That's like old school, man. Like you gotta live in the now, bro.
Why can't you just call the shit mac and cheese? Why can't you just call it mac and cheese?
I don't know. That's fucked up, man.
Like Kleenex, right? Like you don't call them tissues, you call them Kleenex.
Exactly.
It doesn't have
the mundo.
I don't think you
It doesn't have real cheese anymore.
because I don't think it actually has cheese in it.
Yeah, you can't legally call it cheese.
Got it.
Or mac.
It's not even macaroni. It's cardboard and sawdust is what it should be called.
Go check
Cartilage and spicy dust.
Breyer's ice cream. They are no longer called Breyer's ice cream because it says not frozen dairy dessert because they cannot be classified as ice cream because they don't have enough milk fat solids
That's insane.
to be called ice cream. So Breyer's is no longer ice cream. It says frozen dairy dessert. My wife got me like, what the fuck is frozen dairy dessert?
Oh, that's wild.
Yeah, so
I really hope
they
to.
cut back.
Politics aside, for Christ's sake, I hope that Trump becomes our president and that Kennedy gets to take over the FDA and we can just rid our country of this bullshit that they call food. My God.
That's wild, right? So I'm thinking about that. I was actually thinking about this exact thing this morning. they basically allowed the FDA and everybody to like kind of skirt the rules, where it's actually taken like RFK to come in, who's from the younger generation that's had to go through this shit. And if you look around the world, like all the other world leaders that have banned a lot of the stuff that America's looking to ban, they are within the younger generation, where it's like, holy fuck, thank God that younger generations are finally taking charge of the world, where we can literally just the fucking poison from our food. That's it. Like all other politics aside, like just getting the poison
Please.
from the food is wild.
Yeah, just stop poisoning us. And for whatever the political gain or the corruption under the hood of why that is even a thing, just for the love of God, like stop feeding us poison. That's insane.
We need to adopt more of a European standard when it comes to food quality.
I had Lay's potato chips from the UK. 5 ingredients. You look at Lay's potato chips in the United States, it's got like 27.
It's just wild. It's just weird.
It's actually plain flavored chips in Canada are just potatoes, salt, and oil. Ingredients.
Sounds wonderful.
Yeah, plain Lays in the United States are that too. The other things may have a lot of other stuff in them.
Here, I'll tell you. I will tell you. Unfortunate. Oh, sorry.
RFK is 70, guys. RFK is 70. He's not young.
But he's savvy. He knows the health stuff.
Yeah. He
Or at least
understands
listening to people younger than him.
the food industry is poisonous. He understands that. But he's not young. Don't think he's on your level if you're young.
He's in great shape.
He's not young, exactly, but he's in great shape, right? Like if I'm gonna take health advice from somebody that's morbidly obese, probably might need to rethink my options here, right?
Well, I mean, okay. Let's look at the entire world, and I know this has nothing to do with crypto or gaming, but this is fine. This is fun today for a few minutes, and then we'll get into it. But let's look at I think our person who's in charge of health here is like a transgender obese person. You look at like some other part in the world. I think it's maybe the UK. The same thing. Like the person is like a totally obese person. It's like, how the fuck do we put these people in charge of like health and wellness when they can't even manage their own health and wellness? What the fuck? Like that's ridiculous.
Wow. It's like the old advice, like never take advice from someone who's not in a position like that you're seeking to go into, right? Like okay, cool. Let's just take this. Let's just ask you and me how to save these fucking astronauts. And who cares about what Elon Musk thinks? Whatever, he's stupid. Let's not ask him. He's from South Africa. Like, no, we're not going to ask him. Let's ask these two Web3 idiots how to save these guys. Like, is it like what they're doing with the health industry?
It's a shame.
Or the crypto influencer that still drives this 15-year-old Kia that's giving financial advice to people. So.
Now that's he's being thrifty. I'm kidding.
Yeah, I mean, like look at SBF. Hey, look at SBF. He was still driving his Corolla. You know what I mean? Come on now.
He's rich, man. You got to ask him for a
At least he had billions of dollars that he stole in his account. There's a big difference.
You're right, and I think
You're going to be taking influencers like he has billions of dollars stolen in your account so we can follow you.
Yeah, you need those hula dancers on your dash, and then that makes sense for you.
Oh my gosh.
And the ugliest girlfriend on the face of the earth. You know, you got to have that too.
It's the back.
How dare you?
He's got
airline.
I love this. The canned laughter. That was a good one. Well played.
Low-hanging fruit, man. Terrible.
Hey.
It's the Web3 radio show. We got to get
But
those.
when I did hear that Diddy is cellmates with Sam, I did get a smile on my face.
Hey.
That is
Yeah, this maybe a little karmic justice, you know, because I'm sure he's going to do Diddy style, you know, so it's like, yeah.
So, all right. So, what do you think? Where do you think the influence is going here? Do you think SBF is getting Diddy into crypto, or is the role reversed here?
No, it's the world's elites going to be moving their money out of the fiat system into the crypto to avoid fucking litigation, for sure. How could it not be?
I think getting the FTX.
How could it not be a plan? How could that just happen? You know, with this one of the richest celebrities involved with hundreds, maybe thousands of other super rich celebrities just about to get busted and fucking their entire fucking life stripped away from them. And then they stick them in with the most corrupt fucking guy who can hide money. Like, come on.
Not
He
the-
has a little Diddy laptop there, and he's transferring stuff over on the blockchain.
100%.
Did he just like pooped out a laptop? Just pooped it in there for him?
No, Diddy paid to be cellmates with the guy. 100%.
They're going to
listen,
create their own cryptocurrency inside the jail, and they're going to have all paper wallets because they can't have like cell phones, whatever, right? So that's how they're going to pay for their commissary.
here's the deal. People say that all the time, like you can't have cell phones in prison, but there's fucking TikTok accounts with people in prison. Like that doesn't even make sense. Like how?
Yeah, you have to bang a guard to get that.
Oh, got it. There's a.
Hey man, I think it's more of a sub-dom thing right there, man. I know you guys are thinking like, hey, they might be creating some crypto. That's not what's going on. That's definitely not what's going on, man. Yeah, he's gonna be dropping the soap. He's gonna be dropping the soap, man. I wish he didn't drop that soap.
Yeah, every time right before. So did he always showers before SPF, and he just baby oils the soap for him?
Oh my
It's
god.
like, hey, you screw people in, there. Maybe somebody can screw you there.
That's whatever. That's some kind of universe bringing justice to it all, I suppose.
Yeah, you think they get to play Web3 games in there though?
Thank
Oh,
you.
they're playing something, all right.
Thank you. Thank you.
Don't drop the soap.
No, you know what they're playing? They're playing that new Yuga drop Dookie Dash, unclogged or whatever.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
It gives a whole new look into the current coordinates.
Oh, you
It's
could.
not a board eight. Not right now.
Oh, okay. Anyway, that was what a great chop shop that was. As you guys know, anything goes. Nothing is off limits. My goodness, you guys, we did not disappoint today. That's for sure. We'll see if we get canceled from that one or not. Anyway, today is Web3 Gaming Wednesday. Today we're going to talk about some gaming stuff. I know we got a couple guys in the crowd here that have a lot of experience with, multi-chains, different games, all that stuff. I want to hear from Jacob. I want to hear from Gringo. I want to hear from Mike. I want to hear from everybody. Because also tonight, Mike, before we get into this, are you doing the show tonight?
Yes, 9 o'clock p.m. I wanted to make it a little bit later so people had more time to, put their kids to bed and whatnot.
Nice.
We're going to do the Web3 Breakfast Community Gaming Night. We're going to be playing Jackbox party games.
Nice.
So all you need is a cell phone. So all you got to do is type in jackbox.tv and then the little code that you'll see on the stream. And everybody can join. Everybody can join the audience and have a part. So there's be like trivia. There's all kinds of stuff like that.
Let me ask you a question.
Eastern Standard Time.
Not-
Eastern Standard Time.
Yeah, 9 p.m. Eastern. So with that, like I've done Jackbox before, but let me just figure this out because we'll probably do this from our living room. Is that we can like beam it onto the TV, right? So we can play with our phones, beam it onto the TV, so we can be a little bit more interactive. We can have some fun. So Whit and I will probably join, and I'm really excited about that. 9 p.m. guys, and if you've got a link already set up, Mike, or if you will at some point today, shoot that over to me, and I'll make sure we get it posted out. And if you do have it already, we'll get it up onto the breakfast table. Which did I post it?
After the show, I'll make a post after the show.
All right, cool. Love that. And that reminds me here, I need to actually, because we did, so really quick, guys, for whatever reason, when I tried to start the show at 8:45 to start the radio, Twitter was giving me that thing again where it said it couldn't start the space. So I had to start a completely different one. Now, that being said, the post from that says Web3 Gaming Wednesday, it does unfortunately have the wrong link in it. There's just no way around it. We had too many people, join it this morning before all this stupid fucking Twitter shit happened. But so we're still going to go with that post. That's what we're going to pick the Twitter picker off of at the end of the show. So like, for example, right now there's 212 people listening here on Space. We'll give away $200 in Gotti. If we get that up to over 300 people, we'll give away $300 in Gotti. You can see the sliding scale. User participation, if you will, ball is in your court. If you guys want us to give away more money and then subsequently burn double the amount of that, all you got to do is hit the purple pill, repost it out, tag your friends, get some more people in here. Web3 Gaming is the focus today. I want to talk about whatever you guys want to talk about, but at some point, I do want to talk about Credit Combat coming up soon. And in my opinion, that's Web3 Gaming's biggest offering and best chance at mass adoption at the moment.
Definitely one of them. and I think so we also got Trevor Jones from Trevor Jones Art in the audience.
Oh, nice.
Him up to speak. They got a game, Crypto Angels.
Boom.
So we'll see if they can come up and tell us about that as well. So Trevor Jones is an amazing artist.
Hell yeah. Yeah, brother.
He built, so let's get them on up here. If you guys want to come up and talk, we can talk about Joe Game, and we can talk about Karate Combat, and maybe they can get some. It would be cool if at one point we get like starting like, you know, I love the Marvel universe, how everybody just crosses over. I want to see that way more in like gaming and stuff, but just IP rights and everybody wanting a cut of their own fucking millions of dollars is wild.
So they're saying on the audio's terrible on the live stream. I don't understand how this changes every day. Anyway, sounds like we're talking through a tin can. Oh wait, let me see.
Hey, shout out Trevor Jones, my friend, Milton, Hard Art, Boston. If you're in the crowd, hello friends, glad you're here.
Hello. Can you hear me okay?
Hey, Trevor, what's up, man?
I'm good. I'm just trying to multitask here, but so I'm just I shut everything off so I can concentrate here right now. I just want to say I call it craft dinner, but I am a boomer, so and I actually left Canada when was it, about 1996. So I live in Scotland now, so I still call it craft dinner. And funnily enough, when friends of mine come over from Canada to visit me, they always bring me craft dinner.
Hey,
there you go, friend.
There you go. It's still craft dinner. I'm like in shock about all this. I love this. We just call it mac and cheese. We don't call it. It doesn't say KD on it. Actually, I'm gonna have to go to the store today. I'm gonna go to Publix and see what the front of the box looks like, because it's actually been many years since I've looked at a box of just regular old mac and cheese. And so I'm gonna have to do a little R&D today. But I love this. GM friends, appreciate you guys being here. I'm super excited about this today.
Oh yeah.
Go ahead.
Oh, and I was gonna say the game is Dante's Pixel Inferno on bass. Everyone check it out. You have the legendary Trevor Jones here on the speaker panel, one of the original Web3 artists, NFT artists in history. So this is quite an honor. Thanks for coming, Trevor.
I was in Lisbon. I saw you speak at the NFT events there. So great job, man.
Yeah, that was a disaster, but thanks for that. Everything went wrong. But yeah, it was.
We don't tell anybody that stuff. Everything went so good. That's why I tell everyone about my talk as well. But guys, packed out. There was way more than 12 people. It's fucking wild. Everyone was jumping. It was crazy.
It was so bad. It was good. That's the thing. Like, you know, nobody's gonna come back and remember all the great speakers. And you're like, that Trevor Jones, he completely was destroyed on stage, made a complete arse of himself, but we will never forget him. So it was hilarious.
But they made it memorable.
Exactly. No, it was all good. I did actually have a lot of people tell me after that it wasn't as bad as I said it was. So I guess that says something.
Yeah, exactly, right? It's always worked in our heads too, right? We're our own worst critics. Why don't you tell us a little bit about your game and the whole story and all that jazz?
Sure. So, well, to start off, way back, keep the short memory. So I had the Bitcoin Angel painting from 2018. I did my first crypto-themed exhibition of paintings at a commercial art gallery. I hired a space because the art galleries wanted to show crypto-themed artwork. Organized to show myself back in 2018. And the Bitcoin Angel is one of the works in there. That became kind of an iconic piece over the years with the 2021 open edition drop at the Gateway, where it sold 4,158 editions at $777 for $3.2 million in 7 minutes, which completely blew my mind and really just changed my life. So since then, after I've done a lot of different projects, I'm always exploring and experimenting with new tech and with my painting and collaborations with Ice Cube and Hack and Jose Delvo and various musicians and DJs. But underlining it all, I've been building a kind of an ecoverse or ecosystem
multiverse around the Bitcoin Angel and the Crypto Angels. Just a recent ordinals from a collection of Crypto Angels, and that turned into a video game. I've got a friend of mine, David Oxley, who I've been working with him since back in 2012 when I first started exploring tech and painting with QR code augmented reality. And he just said to me, you know, you want to have a video game, you want to make a video game around these Crypto Angels, this is new pixel art you're working on. I said, yeah, why not? And it ended up taking over my life the last 6 or 8 months now. But this game is very, very cool. It's got 9 levels. It's inspired by Dante's Inferno, the Divine Comedy. There is levels like fraud and treachery and violence and heresy and wrath and sullenness and basically all the things that come with the crypto world. So I thought there was a nice connection between Dante's Inferno and Web3. So yeah, we just created 9 levels. You can buy these Crypto Angels. There's 21 Crypto Angels you can buy off base for about $5 or $6 each, and you can play them. You can actually play the game for free. There's 2 stock characters. You collect Bitcoins. You collect PFP projects, all the kind of top PFP projects in ordinals as well. And you release the souls of the fiat damned. There's 3 final bosses that you can defeat. SBF is in there, but he's not a final boss. Scary Gensler is one of the final bosses, but it's a lot of fun. It's a basic platform game. You know, again, I'm a boomer, so it kind of brings me back to my old days of playing hilarious games like Donkey Kong and you know, and just kind of developed through that. So yeah, what started off as an idea to build out this Bitcoin Angel universe has now turned into a whole bunch of different areas, and the Crypto Angels, Dante's Pixel Inferno is just one big part of this.
So where is it that we can go to actually play it? Because you said we can play for free.
Yes, you just go to my website, trevorjonesart.com, and you can see the link right there. It'll be Crypto Angels. It's actually a banner right at the top. So there you can play it there. And I'm actually was playing it just before I got it on pause. I'm level 3 right now. And there's zombies and minor skeletons and a lot of hilariously fun NPCs and little crypto villains that you have to kill and release their souls with the PFP projects that you collect.
That's pretty cool. Now, does it save, or is it like old school where you're like got to run through it all in one life?
You can get more lives. You can get, you know, there's my my Enso and Pixel logo comes down on wings occasionally, and you can capture those and gives you another life. But yeah, you can pause the game, but you will have to get through the whole thing and get to the very end to Gary Gensler and eventually defeat him to win the game. There is a leaderboard as well. That's all on my website. And also every month, or it's going to be every 2 months now, the 21 different angels, they come from 21 different flights. They each have an archangel and a real life archangel collector that you can see all that on the information on the website. And so you can get high scores, and whoever is the high score leader, the archangel, and their flight with their other crypto angel game players can then actually choose to develop their own game players. So we actually just had the first winner, which was Guy Norco, who's a big collector in the space, and his flight of angels won, and we just created a click create angel, crypto angel player for him, so you can actually play that player in the game as well.
That's amazing, and I like that the cost, like the entry barrier, is, what do you say, about $5? So it makes it nice and easy and affordable for everybody as well.
It's really fun. It's really fun. And Trevor, didn't David Oxley add a gaming controller now? Can't you play with the controller?
I think you can. Yeah. Actually, I haven't. So I just got actually back from Canada a few days ago, so I'm kind of behind the loop here. But I think he did actually add that as well. So there's different options to play. Yeah, you can actually buy the whole set of 21 players for 0.0441 ETH, which I think is about $115. Maybe with the crash is about $100 now. But yeah, you can collect all
all 21 players. And if you have all 21 players in your wallet, that you will be getting automatic airdrops of new players over the course of the next year.
Nice. Man, that sounds exciting.
Jump in, guys. It's really, really fun. Yeah.
Yeah. So, Trevor, let me ask you a question.
I thought it was just. Okay, go ahead. Yeah.
You know, as far as like some of, and this is just some of your perspective stuff on the ecosystem, right, and growth and where projections and all that stuff are going. You know, the gaming sector projected, you know, much like the RWA sector. I was looking at some things when I was just looking at some stats yesterday, right, putting some stuff together. You know, there I think close to $300 billion gaming sector projected by, you know, the 2030-ish time range, right? We've talked to a couple other people about metaverse and all that other kind of thing where, you know, it was a huge hot and heavy topic a couple years ago. And when you kind of scale back and look and take that step back and say, you know, we're a number of years away from that, right? From especially like the Ready Player One thing. But in the interim, we're going to see Web3 grow, Web3 gaming growth absolutely explode. What are your opinions on that, being that gaming, this sector, and there's a lot of things that it'll touch, whether it's entertainment, you know, let's talk about, you know, sports and all that stuff with, like, again, up only gaming that Karate Combat has, so it's just all encompassing. But for the people who don't think that Web3 gaming is going to play a factor in mass adoption, what is your kind of answer to that, or your take on, you know, maybe the projection of where Web3 gaming is going and how it will play a huge role into our ecosystem?
Man, you're throwing all the hard questions at me. Jeez.
I know,
mean,
it's
look,
early.
You know, there's a lot. I haven't had a coffee yet. Actually, no, I'm over in Scotland now, so it's 2:30 in the afternoon.
You liar! You're in Scotland.
All right. Well, then he hasn't had a scotch yet.
Answer the damn hard question. They say billions and billions. It's gonna be huge.
It's gonna be huge. Yeah, it's look, you know, there's a lot of people here in this space who know a lot more than I do. And I've always said from the beginning, even when I kind of got into the crypto art space in 2018, that you know, I'm an old school painter. I'm just interested in how I can use new technology to be integrated into my artwork, to basically explore new ideas, new themes, to engage people in different ways, to have them view my work in different ways. Gaming was just a very, very cool way. It kind of brought back the nostalgia of me when I was in my teens and early 20s playing some of these old platform games. So with regards to kind of the financial forecasts and speculation of what's going to happen in the future, look, I'm a big believer in Bitcoin and blockchain technology. I see there's obviously a huge potential within the gaming sector and digital ownership. I've got a friend, Nick Frontera, who's with Satoshiverse. He built the Satoshiverse game. We do a lot of work together with my animations. He's incredibly smart, way smarter than I am, and very much more knowledgeable in this space. And I trust him 100%. And he's all in on the gaming sector and Web3. So just, you know, from an old guy kind of looking in on the outside, kind of dipping my toes, I've totally confident, but at the same time, man, it's just a lot of fun. I've met so many cool people in this space, and to be able to create really fun, cool things like games and art and this all incorporating this new technology is just this. I see much more happening. Like the space here, I've said this many times in different spaces, that, you know, I was in the traditional art world for many years, and it wasn't, I didn't find it exciting. You know, it's hard going. It's hard to sell art. It still is in this space here. The boom days of 2020, 2021 are long past, but there's, regardless of what happened back then, what's happening right now is just this amazing melting pot of really smart, enthusiastic people that are very creative, builders, coders, investors, and there's so much happening in this space here that I see this space itself being on the forefront of all kind of arts and creativity and tech, and yeah, that's why, I mean, I'm all in on this, and just love being a part of this.
I love that, man.
And then, Trevor,
that
just a
was
real
a
quick
great answer.
follow-up
One
on-
follow-up question to you really quick, and then I know we want to get some hands. And just kind of to the same effect, right? A little maybe to the next stage where, all right, so now you got a bunch of young people. When we were kids, you know, if someone of us had said to our parents, like, oh, when I want to be a gamer, I'm going to make money, and that's how I'm going to do it. You'd be like, you'd get laughed at by your parents because that wasn't a thing. Now, come to find out, this is a career path that is actually viable, and people, whether it's because you are gaming, because you are creating art for games, whatever it may be, like, what do you say now to the parents of people who have children that are interested in gaming and art for games, all this kind of realm, that think that this is now potentially a viable career option for their children? Like, what's your advice to the parents listening?
I'd say let your kids do what they want to do. You know what? Guide your kids, your children, into the direction, the path of the things that they are best at. Okay, if the kid's a really shitty gamer, he's not going to do well. But if he's exceptionally talented, and he's fully entirely focused, I'll give you an example. I decided to become an artist in my early 30s. I went to art college when I was 32 and graduated when I was 38. Although I was always interested in art, I never really thought of becoming an artist until, like I said, my 30s. My parents always gave me the opportunity to do whatever I wanted to do, but they never kind of really pushed me in any direction. They knew that I was interested in art. I don't know. I mean, maybe if they kind of forced me down the art road at 17, 18, 19, 20, it wouldn't work. But I think just looking back now and being objective, I think for parents, parents know what their kids really love to do. And if the kid really, really loves gaming, support the kid, support them in what they're good at, and give them what they need. And look, if they're 45 years old and still not making it, then the shit's gonna hit the fan. But look, give your kids every opportunity to do what they want to do, because at the end of the day, you see the people who are the most happy in life, regardless of money or not. The ones who are truly happy are the people who are doing really what they love to do. Money is essential in some ways, but it doesn't bring happiness. So I think, just my advice for parents. And if the kid makes it, man, it's phenomenal.
Right. I love that, man. It's the same as, like, if they make it in sports, if they make it in acting, if they make it in politics, whatever, right? If you're good enough, you're good enough. And if you play your cards right and they fall as they should, that's just how it all goes. And man, I appreciate that. That was a solid answer, man. I loved your opinion. Thank you so much for sharing that. All right, let's get to some of these hands. I don't know whose was up first. Let's see, between Mike and Kyle, or Postmaster, whoever was up first.
Postmaster was up first.
All right, go for it, Posty.
Awesome. Thanks, Jay. Thanks, Jay Chance, for having me. Of course, guys, let's like, share, retweet the room out real quick. And if you guys don't know, this entire crypto market is based on game theory finance. So yes, we have our games that we can, get our controllers and play and do that. But if you're involved in crypto trading, you are involved in what I like to call World War III, and it is the currency war. Right now, we are all using strategies that are created by these corporate coins, and they employ military tactics that are just like a game. We're all involved in it. It's player versus player right now, quite clearly in the whole gaming industry. And now that's evolved even further into actual games with the game theory finance, right? So it's a real catch-22. We're all playing this big game together. So yeah, let's all, every game is important. Every trade is important. Everybody in here is important. We're all just establishing, this new world of technology. And really, if you don't know what game theory finance is, you're well immersed in it right now, and you should be doing your research on it. So that's my 2 cents on that.
No, I think that's great, man. It's a good point. In a lot of things that we do, a lot of things of crypto, I mean, even some of the games that you see are just DeFi mechanics hidden under the hood of a game. right? And so I love what you're saying there, man. There's a lot of gamification that we're gonna see within our, and that's, again, we talked about this, I think this was yesterday, right? Like, how do you incentivize people, right? You tokenize, you gamify, and you monetize things, right? That's how we do this. Think about like McDonald's. Let's use McDonald's as for an example, like with the scam McDonald's monopoly thing that they had back in they gamified this entire thing to get people.
They relaunched it yesterday.
What's that?
It's Monopoly just started. Monopoly season just started again yesterday.
They still do that? I
Oh,
thought they got
and,
busted for scamming people.
No, I don't think it was that they were scamming. It was that they weren't like, they were like lying about the odds or whatever too, right? Oh, and they had like insiders and shit. But yeah, because it's all, but again though, because we've moved to like this digital world, they've made it easier to like checks and balances have become a lot easier, right? Because people know how to figure out that sort of shit. So yeah, it actually launched yesterday. I saw it on my TV. I haven't been there yet. So my kids my wife, let's go get French fries.
So my wife plays Monopoly Go on her phone, and she gets like gift cards and actual like cash back to her PayPal for playing Monopoly Go. And it's a distributed ledger tech just under the hood. It's not an actual crypto on the crypto market or anything, but under the hood, it's gamified finance. So
and isn't that wild, Postmaster? Like our whole lives are basically our entire lives. We have essentially since like you could start playing video games like online and over networks with each other, we have been using crypto. Everyone thinks crypto is the biggest fucking scam in the world, but everyone's been using crypto for their whole lives. We just called it some other random name. No one had any idea what that it was crypto.
Yeah, now we have digital property. Now we have digital property rights because of Web3 and because of NFT technology. That's the big difference.
What's changed is the open sourceness of these distributed ledgers. Is that like say for example, your Tim Hortons fucking card that you get your points on. Every day I spend Tim Hortons, I get a little percentage back on my card. It's a QR code. It's a ledger that they're keeping track of internally, but it's not public, right? So that nobody can kind of. Yeah, so the transparency comes with the Web3. So Web2 is using these ledgers, but Web3 is distributed ledgers where anybody can read the blockchain and make sure that those companies aren't corrupting the systems. So what I think could happen is, AI may hack our current Web2 password, blah, 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 and Web3 kind of becomes the solution for that. That's where I see mass adoption come, is that our old Web 2 is not going to be as trusted as the new Web 3, and the Web 3 programs will inherently just be more rewarding because they're cheaper to implement into your business, especially things like Solana, Hedera that have very low transaction fees, easy to build on. They don't have to take their internal systems, protect them, secure them, audit them, blah, 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 but they're doing now. They could save millions by just building their distributed ledger on a blockchain like Hedera, where the wallets that you create, they don't even look like a Hedera wallet or anything. It looks like a Tim Hortons card on your phone, but it's built on the blockchain. So that's where I see the whole world going right now.
Hell yeah, I love that, man. Love to hear that. And as you guys know, I just did a kind of a deep dive into the whole Hedera ecosystem. Did a 3-part series, 1 on Hedera itself, 2 on the RWA ecosystem, and then this morning was the video about Karate Combat. I'll post a link up onto the breakfast table so you guys can check that out after the show if you feel like it. But I'll tell you what, man, fast, cheap, and scalable. That's HBAR, man, and I think it's definitely some institutional level RWA stuff that is going to just blow your mind. So you guys make sure you're checking that out. I didn't know. I was sleeping on HBAR for I think for a reason though. And I even said in the video this morning, like when you get your karate tokens, like you got to make sure you get them through the HBAR. It just makes your whole experience a lot better, right? Because they go into the app faster. You don't have to bridge them through the web app, which is going to be clunky and cumbersome. You just do it through HBAR, right? And so with that being said, where was I going with that? What did I say before this? Why it's important.
Scalability, fast, cheap.
Yeah, with the HBAR.
Super important.
It had something to do with the HBAR, why it was important.
Super important.
Anyway, it'll come back to me. It'll come back to me.
RWA, right?
Yeah, when it comes down to, it's all about scalability and the ease of use. So, you don't want to see any transaction fees. If I'm sending $1 for a cup of coffee and I'm getting rewarded 5 cents for a cup of coffee, I should not be paying 5 cents for a transaction fee. It's impossible to make the business model happen. So 100%. Inherently, the blockchains that have a predictable low fee will inherently become the blockchains that corporations use for the big scales, the Tim Hortons, the McDonald's, the Nikes, the Gucci's. You got to mention Gucci in there.
Who's all on that same level? I know it's HBAR, Algorand. There are some other chains where you could facilitate about 10,000 transactions with $1, right? Like that is scalable. That is something that mass adoptable, right? Like an Ethereum, where again, or some other chains where even Solana sometimes is a little bit more expensive than you want it to be. That is not something that people could budget for. You know, like we all deal with that, where you've got that shitty NFT in your wallet, but you can't sell it because it costs you more to sell it than what you're going to get for it, and that'll never work for anybody. And so that being said,
think there'll be chains like for niches, right? Like let's just say like so Hedera, right? They'll do this. AVAX might do more like into the gaming, and we'll have different chains where it's like, oh no, like it's like it'll be like PlayStation and Xbox. It's just there'll be different chains, and that's how you'll use this for that, and this for fashion and whatnot.
Absolutely, man. Fully.
This is great for gaming.
What'd you say, Gringo?
Oh, I said Base. They have really cheap transaction fees for gaming. That's where Trevor put Dante's Pixel Inferno. It's really smooth on there, really cheap.
Hey, I'm not sure if the people with their hands up have a question for Trevor. So just real quick, because I'm on his website right now, and it mentioned, Trevor, that mint ends October 7th at 5 p.m. Eastern time. Is that like a hard deadline, or you want to just give us a quick update on that?
That is the mint, yes, for the 21 Crypto Angel game players, one for each Archangel's flight of angels. So that does end. That's in 5 days from now. So for anybody, yeah, exactly. Anybody who thinks we're bringing that up, I'm so shit at the shilling of my own work. It's terrible.
What happens after that date?
After that date, they'll just go. You can buy them on secondary. People will have them. You can pick them up. And like I said, if you have one and that flight wins the next high score leaderboard for the whole flight of angels, you will get airdrops. If you can still collect if you want to collect. I'm not sure how many have actually sold. To be honest, it's not a lot. So you'll have a very good chance of collecting all 21, and even on the secondary. And again, like I said, everybody who has all 21 will be getting future airdrops sporadically as well from new Crypto Angel players.
Hell yeah. I freaking love that. Nice. All right, Mike, I know we got to get to some of these hands in case you guys have questions for Trevor as well. And then we'll see what happens here. So Mike, let's go. Mike, Tank, Jacob, Hardart. That's the order for the next 4. Appreciate you, fam. What you got for us, Mike?
Yeah, no, I wanted to talk about the whole mass adoption thing, and it's I've said it in my videos before. It's make the game fun first. If the game is really fun, like the quality, I think the bar has been set really high now for games. Like we look at games like Off the Grid, and like they're basic. It's like playing a Web 2 game. It's just as good. So the bar is set so much higher now for games. So you have to have a good product to get out there. I also think when you start tapping in and start like focusing on like competitive gameplay, where like you have all the the esports aspect. Like when I was playing Ascent Rivals with Jacob, actually, I was like he was telling me about the game, and like the gears were turning. Like, holy shit! Like I can see how this works. It's like a racing game, and you can shoot people. But I was thinking about
Star Wars, right? Like the pod racers.
Yeah,
like
exactly.
Anakin.
It's like pod racing, but I was I started thinking about advertising. Like, oh my god, think about billboards in the games. Like, imagine like you're racing in Ascent Rivals, and there's like one of the rocks, or there's a billboard. There's this karate combat. Like all the people come and sponsor that. It is catered to the whole esports thing. So games like that have a competitive aspect, like Nyan Heroes, which is like an Overwatch, whether that becomes successful or not, it's catered towards esports, and you want people to come play, get really, really good, and start having tournaments, and then the tournaments they can make money, and then more people will come in. You know what I mean? Yeah. So I think when you start to cater to that, that'll bring a hell of a lot of people in. And when the game is fun and people get engaged like that, people will open their wallets and spend money on skins and stuff like that. This is why I think the free-to-play model is the best model, because the barrier to entry to get people in and cross-platform play on mobile is huge, because other countries can't afford to have a PS5, a PC, or whatever, but everybody has a cell phone.
And you know what? I think that what you said, something you had talked about. Go ahead, dude.
No, I just said like that was fair about the money and barrier to entry, because most of the world can run, like a lot of countries that run on less than like $1 a day per individual.
Yeah. Well, what it does is that it does help with the scalability then of that play to earn model, right? Because I think that dinosaur tail that we saw and we experienced in the last gaming bull run with just about every single game is because of the waning interest. Now, because that requires, in order to keep those payouts and those rewards going, it requires new users all the time. But like the example that you said there, Mike, was like, all right, so now you're playing the game. And I learned about this from actually, and I think it's maybe a dead game at this point, but Undead Blocks. I don't know where this is at this point, but I know that it had some issues last year. But when I had chatted with Grant a long time ago, I think before the game actually went live while it was in beta, what I had learned was their strategy is that they were doing that same thing where you might be walking through the mall and there's a poster for an advertisement, right? The product placement, that is what's paid by through the marketing by companies, right? So that doesn't come out of, it doesn't require users. It doesn't need any of that. So that then goes into the pot. So you can start paying rewards that doesn't affect the amount of users. Now the users that you bring in, so you've got a fun game, you're making money on the advertising and marketing, and now the users who come in, they churn the economy, with the skins and all that stuff, so that now you're utilizing all that stuff. And then more, if the game gets bigger, then you got bigger sponsors, or you can add more product integration, all that kind of stuff, and now you've got a full scale economy. The problem is that that has not been solved yet. And again, it sounds like what Mike, you said, Ascent Rivals, is that the game that you were mentioning is the one that's doing that kind of stuff with product placement?
Yeah, Jacob can talk about it better than I can. He's the ambassador there. But right. When I was playing, I was just like gears were turning. Like I always reference one game that I've been playing for a long time is League of Legends. I've been playing this game for over 10 years. They're catered to the competitive aspect for teams, and like it's gone so big now that the NBA has literally bought the teams. Like each team is basically affiliated with an NBA team, and they're sponsored by
League
Dell,
of Legends.
Intel,
Is that the one where you're like a No, I'm thinking of something different. That's like where you're like a cars and like you explode other cars or whatever.
No. This is like you pick champions and you like it's like a mobile game. You have like different lanes and it's very strategic and very like macro based. But anyhow, like this one is basically just like it's so competitive. It brings pro sports into it. You get all these sponsors that come into it, and like they even made like an animated series called Arcane, which is on Netflix, and it won 4 Emmys.
That is wild,
man.
And it looks sick. Like the graphics on that Arcane show, I haven't watched it, but I like watched like the trailers of it. It actually looks so sick. Where it's like, I should watch that. It's on my saved list.
You got to make characters in the game that people can fall in love with. People like can create. It's a whole culture, right? And like it starts Lara with Croft, being in the Discords and stuff like that, and people making the art for these characters, and kind of a little bit of lore behind it. This is why I really like Parallel, because I'm playing Parallel, reading the lore. I'm like, God, this can be a fucking movie. Like it's that good. Like it can easily be an animated series or a movie.
Yeah, they're working on that actually. They're working on all kinds of stuff, and they're on base also, by the way. Parallel is.
So, do you think the base ecosystem? And I know we want to get to some of the other hands here, but really quick before we get too far away from this, base, right? We know that base, they've got a slush fund for mass adoption, right? And it sounds like you've mentioned base gaming a couple times. Is that all part of the plan to bring people in to the base ecosystem, is through different verticals, gaming being one of them? Because I don't know of any games on the base ecosystem, but
I think they're just trying to make it like so. The recent news was that Jesse Pollock is also going to be working with Coinbase now, so he's actually like joined, I guess, like their team. I can't remember the role that he's in. Okay. Their goal is to bring 1 billion people into base, so I think they're going the route of they're just going to make it as easy as possible. So if it is Trevor's game, or if it is Jacob's game, or whatever game it is that like wants to be on base, they will just help facilitate that to get as many people, kind of like what we went back to like Postmaster, just like into like our universe and using this so we can essentially evolve into the next generation of technology.
I love that. Let's go. If that doesn't get you supercharged for Web3 and crypto and all sorts of shit. Y'all better smash the like. I don't know, man. I don't know if you guys are ready for crypto and Web3 gaming, especially a fucking bull run. I think it's about ready to happen after this little dipski. So hopefully you guys are loading up your bags. I recently bought a lot more Karate Combat tokens, especially because we got the event. Guys, look, and I know I keep talking about this, but it's important to me. Also, because of how the game works and how getting tokens onto the app and being able to participate, the event is on what, the 11th or the 12th? Postmaster?
11.
The 11th.
Where Postmaster is fighting.
Yeah, and he's fighting on the 11th. But so if you want to participate and you want to do the up only gaming, you got to have your tokens in the app well before then, because they do the snapshot. Because again, it's up only gaming. They got to know what they're working with so that they'll then load more tokens into the ecosystem so they can be paid out for the rewards. They've got to know right ahead of time. So that being said, you guys got to take advantage of this now. Listen, H-bar is kind of down, karate's down. That's why I've said the value right now, and this is what I had forgotten earlier when I was talking about this, the H-bar values, you're getting like a double whammy right now, because if you shift some coinage that you've got, over to H-bar, you're going to get more value right now because it's down. And then also karate is down against H-bar right now, particularly because there was a huge pump earlier in the year. So that being said, but if you look at some of the indicators, the interest is coming back. An event is coming up soon. So you're going to want to get your tokens into the app, do it through H-bar, because it's the fastest, easiest, and cheapest way to do it. That was the whole thing about, the getting onto the H-bars. You're on borrowed time. You've got just a few days, because again, they do the snapshot of the tokens. Kyle, do you know when the snapshot is?
48 hours. 48. It's 48 hours before every event. I will say on October 11th, there's a huge announcement coming. It's either going to be a big partnership announcement, or I thought personally it was going to be that they're changing the snapshot model to a smart contract-based model, where you will be able to vote a longer period of time on your favorite athlete, and that staking model will include a higher reward the longer you stake on that athlete. So it's going to stay with the spirit of up-only gaming, where you still have to participate in order to get your staking rewards, but it's actually going to look more like a staking model than this reward snapshot model that we're dealing with now. Nice. That being said, a lot of people do miss that snapshot because they think, it's the weigh-ins. I can download the app now. I'll load up my karate and I'll vote. And they end up having to wait a month to do that. And it's a little bit of a sore spot the very first time that you're getting on. So make sure, guys, download the app right now. Load up your karate right now, because as we lead up to that snapshot, people are starting to buy more and more and more tokens because they get that little extra, and then they dump after the snapshot because you don't lose your voting power. So that's been kind of a little bit of a sore spot. They're fixing that issue right now as we speak. I think that might be the announcement, but also I hear it could possibly also be a big partnership announcement, which will send us to the moon as well. So yeah, good time for karate token right now. I think it's not all-time low, but it's low.
It's down there.
It's a good entry point.
Yeah, absolutely. And just a few bit of the tokenomics. There's 110 billion tokens, about 26%, somewhere 23 or 26% in circulation right now. The rest of it's set to unlock through, I think it's March of 2026. That's the current trajectory. So there is some opportunity for some growth, guys. So, all right, Jacob, sorry to keep you waiting, my brother. What you got for us, family?
Hey, I just gotta get back to my phone. Sorry, I'm working and stuff, as you know, guys.
That was our bad. We kept you hanging for a while.
Welders going around, grinders and drills and all this shit. Trying to get out of here. Anyways, I just wanted to touch on a couple things with the mass adoption, and then also speak on asset rival tournaments and kind of explain how that all works. But if you guys didn't know, the entertainment industry actually is massive when it comes to money, and the gaming industry in particular is massive. It makes about an average of $275 billion a year, and that's almost triple the amount compared to the movie and music industry combined. So just in sheer numbers, there's going to be a lot more people in the gaming if that's where people are going to be going to, try to onboard people in the entertainment industry. So I just see it being massive, and just that. I think entertainment reaches a lot more people than other forms of news and information. So I think it's going to be huge when it comes to mass adoption, just because of that too.
Absolutely. I mean, let's you bring up a great point. Like we talk about all other verticals that are potentially set to really control the narrative for crypto, but what you don't think about is like what does control the market share as far as normal people and like normal activity. And you got to think, how many people actually want to be an investor? How many people really care about investing in shit? And so like, I think the RWA world is going to be massive. It's going to be, but for a different subset of people. Gaming, on the other hand, like you said, entertainment, like the music will touch into gaming, film will touch it, all of this stuff. Let's just call this entertainment, right? This is something that touches everybody throughout the world, not just a few people that are either lucky enough to be able to invest, have the money to be able to invest, are accredited investors, whatever it may be, and however things are set up. Again, it's going to open the door to a lot more people, but most people don't give a fuck. They want to just have fun, play their game, have their hobby, have their vice, whatever it is, and they don't care. And that's fine. That's totally fine. Like, I'm not saying that that's the wrong way to think. That's not the wrong mentality. I'm not saying that at all. I think you're absolutely correct. And if we really think that gaming, the entertainment, let's, air quotes, entertainment is going to be the strongest push for most normal people, I'm on board with that. I believe that. Again, I'm not a traditional gamer, but I understand where this entire ecosystem is headed and how it will be spearheaded through this gaming push. I'm with you guys.
It's super simplified too, because it really just comes down to like creating an account. It's really what it takes to onboard a regular user. Even you see with Karate Combat, you see it with Ascent Rivals. Like all you have to do is have a gamer sign up, and they've been onboarded to Web3, like without them even knowing it. And that's a pretty cool part as well. Another thing I want to touch on is our tournaments with Ascent Rivals, and I just wanted to like create a scenario with Karate Combat, because it's a kind of like perfect scenario. When I was at Rare Evo, I kind of talked to Brave about this as well. I don't know if they're going to follow through or not, but what we do for our tournaments is they're all crowdfunded. So we have like primary sponsors, and then their subsidiaries come in and they actually pay for their branding to be put up through the maps. So just like you see in like Karate Combat, where we have all these sponsors around the mat, it's basically the same thing. You're going to be playing in a tournament, and there's going to be sponsors everywhere, just like you're like, racing NASCAR, and it's all paid for. And then the teams as well, they also pay a small entry fee. So the whole tournament becomes crowdfunded, and it's not a centralized entity that, is basically taking a gigantic cut. Everything is paid back to the workers, the players, and the promotion. And, you're getting all the bang for your buck when you're coming to us and trying to promote, because you're putting the money out, and it's going to good things, and the 100% to your promotion. So I think it's pretty exciting.
How can people play Ascent Rivals?
So we have playtests every Tuesday and Friday right now.
Mm-hmm.
You can download it on Steam for free at any time. You can do time trials. We have time trial prizes, usually on a bi-weekly basis. We have tournaments. What's the next one? I'm trying to think. We have so we're going to DreamHack Atlanta actually at the end of this week. So everyone that comes to our booth at DreamHack Atlanta will pretty much get to sign up for this tournament, and then the next Friday we're going to be doing a tournament for them with exclusive prizes for the people that
you're going to be here in
so
Atlanta.
We're doing
Jacob?
Things like that. Yeah, I am. I think I might miss you though. You said you were traveling. I land at like 5:30 on Thursday, so I'm kind of screwed.
I get it. I leave Friday morning. Well, dude, I'm gonna make an effort to come see you. As long as you got time, I will make an effort to come see you.
I should be able to make time.
Okay. I know just sometimes getting in can be a hassle. And with, if you're here for a thing, you might have a team, whatever you got to do. Just keep me posted, man. But if you have time, let me know, and I'll definitely zip down to the city, and we'll link up and have a beer, coffee, whatever.
Sounds good. I know that we're going to be doing setup on Thursday night or Thursday for the actual event. So it might work out perfect. I might be in the city already, just right off the plane. So we'll see.
Cool. Let's go. All right.
Welcome to Atlanta, where the game is game, and they play us in Rivals like every day.
That was the smoothest I've ever heard you fucking just freestyle. That was great. Good job.
That will be a club moment brought to you by Mr. Dude and the Web3 Breakfast. Let's
Beautiful.
see.
Love it.
I know we had another hand before Hard Art, but it looks like he's gone. Hard Art, you are up, fan. Oh, Tank. Well, Tank's back, but let's go Hard Art, and then we'll bring Tank back up.
Jim, thanks for having us today. Thanks, Gringo Hoddle, for the introduction to this show, period. I'll be tuning in regularly now that I know about it. And I just want to touch on a few things that the other guests talked about. So, first of all, the game has got to be addictive. So, the game can't be just a gimmick as an add on, as a cheap way to try and lure people in. It definitely has to be addictive. You guys were talking about RFK earlier. I've been watching his interviews and going back to the Kraft dinner mac and cheese. It was crazy to watch big tobacco take over big agriculture in the 90s.
Yeah.
And they made everything addictive, right? We need some of that. We need to hire those guys to bring it into the gaming world in Web3 gaming to make this shit addictive. But I think we're on our way, even without them, because we've had three people on, including Gringo Hoddle, who have streamed the game, and they have one thing to say in unison, is that this game is definitely addictive. I think the nostalgia factor.
It's very, very fun.
Yeah, the nostalgia factor is huge. Like, it reminds me of Mega Man. I'm 40, so going back to my early days of gaming, and yeah, it's definitely got that addictive factor. So I like to see that we're building quality games first, instead of just trying to put Web3 title on some piece of shit. So I think we're scoring. We're moving in the right direction there. And another thing I want to touch on that a previous guest mentioned on stage was the accessibility. So the accessibility is huge, because even as affordable and approachable as the pricing is for the Crypto Angels game, Dante's Pixel Inferno, at about $5, you do want to allow people to play for free. So Trevor didn't mention this, but you can play with stock players for free 99. And like any good drug dealer, you want to be able to try before you buy. So talking about addiction, we want to get people in the game and we want to get them playing it. And then if you like it and you love it, like I do, then you can pick up these base players for about $5. It's on base again, as Gringo Hoddle mentioned. That's even more accessible because you're not paying high Ethereum gas transaction fees. And then if you pick up the $5 player, considering that we're running weekly competitions, you're almost guaranteed to get an airdrop. So it's essentially a 2-for-1. So I'd point that out. So make sure to go mint those before October 7th. You got a few more days, but the players that are coming out are incredible. The Click Create player from a guy in NorCal that just dropped, I'm super jealous of, because I'm one of the 21 Archangels, Shamuel, and I've got a tough act to follow when it comes time for me to develop my own character with my community. But the art that's coming out of this project is epic. So I would definitely get involved. Another thing I want to touch on.
Not sure if your flight of angels is ever going to win, buddy, because you don't really have any good players in your team. Just want to throw that out there. But no, if you do, I will guarantee I will make you a very, very good game player. I promise.
Trevor and I love to give
I
each other
suck at the
shit.
game, so no judgment from me. I'm not great, but I love it. By the way, aren't the scores recorded to your base wallet and also on a Taproot address? I know you guys do a lot with ordinals. If you could go into that too.
Yeah, the games are definitely recorded. So going back to the free players, if you play for free, you can get a score, but you're not going to be on the leaderboard. So that's for the paid players, and that's for the monthly competition. So the monthly competition is recorded via your MetaMask wallet or whatever wallet you choose to connect with. And so that's how we're tagging the high scores. As far as the Taproot wallet, I don't think we have Taproot integration, but I believe that's coming. I'm glad you touched on that, because when you get good ideas like that, Gringo Hoddle, one thing I was going to mention is David Oxley was brought up earlier. So Trevor said he's not a game designer by any means, but he does have the artistic vision for the game, and he wanted to see it come to life. So he brought in David Oxley, who's the expert game developer. And David Oxley didn't just build the game. He's sitting there on a daily basis on a private chat with the game players. and he's making tweaks and adjustments and improvements based on the player feedback. So this game is literally getting better day by day, and we've made it harder or easier in some cases based on the players who are actively playing this game. But yeah, I was going to mention too the gaming growth. I think that was an interesting point that one of your guests brought up. $300 billion market cap. So that's a massive market, and we want to take advantage of it. You know, Uncle Elon was recently featured on the All In Summit. He was on stage talking about his humanoid robots that he's developing, and he had an 80% chance there's eventually going to be 2 to 3 robot assistants for every human being. He had the 20% ascribed to the Skynet. So if that happens, none of this gaming shit matters anyways. But
right.
let's assume optimistic. The optimistic projection comes true. We're going to have a lot of time on our hands to live in abundance. And what's going to boom in that scenario? Entertainment. And gaming is going to be at the top of that list. So I think there's going to be a positive future for gaming, especially if that comes to light. Lastly, I would mention too, Trevor mentioned that there's 21 characters. I was going to point out that the 21 players was not some DEI bullshit just to make sure everybody's included. It was, in fact, a way. It was, in fact, a way to make sure that there are different players with different qualities, different strengths and weaknesses. So you have different weaponry, you have melee weapons, you have projectile weapons. You know, the projectile weapons obviously give you a further reach, but those bullets have to be reloaded. So there's some give and take there. There's speed, agility, defense, etc. So playing with these different characters, you can talk to those who have had the pleasure of playing it. It's like, hey, I prefer Heliodian because his fire sword kicks ass, or I prefer the nunchucks, or I prefer the not a flamethrower attack weapon. So you're seeing different players with different characteristics there. And lastly, I would just mention it's such an awesome bridge to bring in gaming to art, art vice versa, past collectors to new collectors. This Archangels tied to the Crypto Angels. So we're getting so much cross culture here. We would never be on the show, for example, if it weren't for the game. So I love the bridge building efforts that this game has gone into. And that's my TED Talk. Thanks for hearing me out.
Hell yeah. I freaking love it.
Thanks very much. Cheers, Hardart. Yeah, we do like to take the piss out of each other on a regular basis, so always fun. But just adding to that, it's first off, thank you so much, guys, for inviting us on to your show. It's great. I mean, it's been a lot of fun, and listening to everybody else speak and the guests too. It's been really educational for me as well, and we're learning as we go. So, anybody who's here listening, please. Go to the game. It's, go to my bio. You'll see it's on my website. If you have any suggestions at all, like Hardart was saying, we will take all that on board. We'll make changes and take things on board and improve the game. I just want to make this as fun and as addictive as possible. And one last thing, I've been an artist now for 23 years, full-time artist for probably about 15 or so. I'm not going away. I've been in crypto since 2017. I'm all in this entirely. Don't tell my wife how much of our net worth is in crypto.
Hopefully all of it.
She's probably listening right now.
Hopefully all of
it. Exactly. Everything we possibly can. So,
especially going into the bull run. You can shift that stuff back out if you need to keep her happy, man. But just put it all in there for this year, and then we'll figure it out.
100%. 100%. But I mean, I'm not going anywhere. So it's not like, I'm just, we're some kind of team that, if this shit hits the fan, we just disappear. This is my legacy. My art is my legacy. And artists, we don't retire. We work and create till the day we die. So I'm really, really looking forward to just building out, as I said, this ecosystem, this Bitcoin Angels, Crypto Angel ecosystem around my work over the next 5, 10, 20, 30, hopefully 40 years. We'll see how long I live, but I'm super excited about it, and hopefully some of the people here listening will jump on the game and throw some suggestions our way, whether it's on Discord or Twitter. I'd really appreciate that.
Hell yeah, man. I love that. Y'all, if y'all are into the gaming and you don't know about this stuff yet, get into the Discord, learn, develop, grow, do what you got to do. My goodness, man. I love that. Tank, I'm so sorry. I'm sure your arms probably, your hand may be numb at this point. So just shake it out real quick, get that blood back to your fingertips. And what's up, brother? How are you?
Color of my hand. I changed the color of my hand because I thought I was being missed because it wasn't yellow, so I would change it back to yellow. No, I appreciate it, guys. No, I love the conversation. Love the think tank. I just wanted to go back to the title of the space and kind of like just rapid fire off some games that I'm super excited about and put it on you guys' radar. But I do, before I go into that, I do want to just completely, a while ago, you guys were talking about marketing within the game and ad placement within the game. And I can't help because you guys keep saying Trevor. I think about the new GTA or Grand Theft Auto that's going to be coming out. And could you just imagine riding through the cities, riding through Liberty City, you know, with Trevor? If you guys don't remember, I think it was it Trevor or whatever? I think his name was Trevor. I kept on thinking about it because I think the main character of the last
Yeah, and the last one was Trevor, yeah.
was Trevor, yeah. Could you imagine just riding through and then you see like a base ad or ad placement on a billboard, or, you know, a helicopter's flying over you, chasing you and stuff like that with like a Solana thing or something like that, right? Could you just imagine? A lot of people, like you guys said, they have a lot of fun in that. You're going to get people coming back. And if you can get ads in front of people's eyes within the game that they're having fun in, that's the ticket. That's one of the tickets, right? To mass adoption, into getting into the gaming space. But other than that, I did want to take a quick moment to rapid fire off a couple games that are in the Cosmos ecosystem and then beyond. The first two is Chilled Worlds. If you guys don't know about that, it's a browser-based MMO game that they're making. They started off on Stargaze and they're expanding beyond that. And then, of course, Passage and Strange Clan. They have been building an MMO as well that has a whole economy behind their NFTs, and like you can play to earn all this other stuff. I won't go into it. Just kind of want to rapid fire that off in the Cosmos ecosystem, which is, again, Chilled Worlds and Strange Clan. Really, really interesting projects. But the other one I wanted to kind of bring you guys to attention about is EVE Frontier. If you guys aren't familiar with EVE Online, it's huge. They've been like working on EVE Online, and people play it around the world for years now. And they have a new game, I guess it's kind of connected, but called EVE Frontier, which is incorporating blockchain technology. They're going to have their own token. They're going to allow people to actually build within the game items that, you know, weren't built by the devs. They're going to be able to build your own things and sell it in the economy. And EVE Online, if it's anything like EVE Online, their predecessor, it's going to have a huge market and demand. So I just kind of want to put that out there. If you guys haven't checked out EVE Frontier, definitely do so. I'm currently playing their, they actually made us sign an NDA, but I guess I'm not breaking any rules, but I'm playing the phase 4 right now, and it's fucking fantastic.
Boom, man! I appreciate that. Thank you for the hot list there.
The
What's that?
I just said, hold on. I'm just calling them to say he's breaking their NDA.
Yeah.
No, that was good, man. I love that. And you know, if anybody's got, you know, moving forward and stuff, like when we get into these gaming shows, the NFT stuff, if you've got a hot list like that we got to hear, man, definitely, you guys come on up and drop your alpha. That's the whole point of the show, guys. You know, if you liked what you heard today and you're like, darn, man, I definitely wanted to be a part of that conversation, you can do that. Just raise your hand, come join us. You can, you know, finish out the show today or join us tomorrow, or, you know, any other point throughout the week. We do Monday through Friday. What's that, Mr. Dude? Oh, I think
nothing.
Sorry. All right. So we got just a little bit over 10 minutes until we pick our Gotti winners. Remember, we got one extra. We got an overflow from yesterday because Gotti itself was one of the winning picks, and I don't know how that happened. That was hilarious.
It's because I was bitching and complaining about I never win, and then the universe opened up, and you know.
Also, though, because he follows the rules, he likes, he retweets, he follows the people up on stage.
I just think it's funny because the qualifications where you have to follow Web3 Breakfast and follow Gotti, I feel like because you can't follow yourself, that would somehow remove you from the winning pool. But hey, that's...
You would think.
It's not my algorithm. I didn't write the program. I just use it.
But there's a lucky extra winner today that's going to get something that didn't.
You know what?
Yes.
And here's the deal. Whether it's I knew what was going to happen or I was hopeful, I guess I knew what was going to happen, because at the end of the day, we got to 295, and there's only 11 minutes left. So the ball's in your court, guys, but we got to 295 people in the space. We were so freaking close to be able to make that 3 giveaways plus the 1 additional from yesterday, making that $400 in giveaway plus an $800 burn. But the number slank back down to 276, unfortunately, guys. So you're going to have to kick it back up. We got to get that up to over 300 if we want to give away 300 live on this show. Plus, again, the one from yesterday, making it 400. But ball's in your court, fam. Ball is in your court. Gringo, my guy.
Yeah. I just wanted to throw in before I forget. I don't know if anybody else noticed the news. Amazon video games, Amazon. They're building a Web3 gaming network. You can buy credits through the Amazon website. You can order those physical digital credits to your own home. But anyway, it's with One Ken Labs, it looks like. They're building something called GR1D or Grid. I posted something in here. But so Web3 mass adoption is coming, guys. If Amazon, remember we talked in the past, whatever happened to Amazon's Web3
the
or NFT marketplace. Yeah, it looks like it might be making a comeback here if they're announcing Web3 gaming is being built out on Amazon video games. So pay attention to that. Also, real quick, wanted to thank Trevor Jones and Hard Art and David Oxley and Vasia and everybody for showing up here. Guys, that community honestly is amazing. If you guys want to get in a grassroots level community where everyone's just really quality people and help each other out, you heard Trevor. He wants to hear your feedback. What other project is you get a founder in? Hey, come join us and tell us how you would like to improve the game. You can build with us is the idea, the community. And I'm just a community member. I love the community. I'm just, and by the way, before I forget, Trevor, his wife Violet, she's a big fan of MMA. So, could be a connection here with the Karate Combat, you guys. Like, I know some fighting fans in the community is what I'm getting at. So Crypto Angels community, big fight fans in there.
Trevor, are you
100%? We actually, no, we're in Scotland.
That's right. That's
my wife's Polish, but yeah. But we actually were at Bitcoin Nashville, went to Karate Combat for the first time, and RFK was just right across from us. It was hilarious.
Nice. Well, shit, I must have been literally standing, because I was across the pit from RFK. We literally must have been at the same exact area.
I was. Yeah. Geez, we were probably right beside each other, because we just looked across and Luke's like, "Holy shit, that's RFK."
That's awesome.
Hilarious. No, that was an amazing night and really enjoyed it. But yeah, and thanks, Gringo, for all your support too, buddy. We love you.
Hell yeah, man! I love
you guys. I love the community, guys.
One more shill before you kick me out, because like I said, I'm really shit at shilling. So I do have a castle party. If anybody here is going to NFC Summit next year in Lisbon, it's probably the most art focused NFT event, and Ordinals are now taking on a big part of it as well. Next year, that's June 4th to 6th, is NFC Summit, and a couple days later, I'll be having a 3-night, 4-day castle party. Just outside of Lisbon. It's my 3rd castle party. I put it on for collectors and artists in the space. We'll most likely have a crypto angels and gaming theme. So it's going to be a lot of fun. And yeah, it's all on my website, trevorjonesart.com as well. So apologies for the show.
No, dude, are you kidding me?
I will be there.
Can I just
imagine inviting everyone to a castle party and then being like, no, I'm sorry.
I was literally going to say, like, all right, let's just, guys, this is a PSA to the entire Web3 breakfast community. There's 300 people on the space. There's 200 people watching the live stream. So we got over 500 people watching and listening right now. Let me tell you something right now. If you're ever going to throw a castle party and you want to tell the community about it, that's amazing. You can do that here, and you never have to apologize a single word, because that's fucking awesome. Wow. I think I might have to get to Portugal so I can go to a castle party. Or Lisbon. You said Lisbon, right?
You are very, very welcome. 100%. Jump in my DMs and we'll sort it out. Again, like with the castle party, this is the 3rd one that I've put on now. First was in Stirling, Scotland. Last year was in just outside of Paris. Next year is in Lisbon. But we always put on like super cool things, open bar, food, lots of entertainment, and like I said, I mean, maybe we'll have some area for a gaming part. Would love to have, maybe talk with you guys at some point later on, and we can maybe organize something around that too.
Fuck yeah, man.
Dude, it's so funny you mentioned Portugal. I'm actually looking to go to Portugal. Me and the family, we're going to plan to go to Lisbon actually next year. So that works. That might be perfect timing.
May 27th. See you there.
May 27th?
I think that's what the next one is for next year.
No, it's actually, they've changed it to June 4th to 6th, and the castle party will be the 9th to 12th.
Oh, that'd be like a birthday present to my wife, and then an anniversary present to like myself. That'll be fun. A trip to
your wife will love the castle
it's an
party.
easy sell too, right? You're like, hey, babe, like we're gonna go to this castle.
Yeah. Hey, you want to go to a castle party? No. Okay, I'll see you when I get back then.
Trevor, didn't you do the art for the tickets for NFC Summit also?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, so the NFC Summit tickets for this coming year is I did a collaboration with UU. So that actually a part of that is the Bitcoin Angel painting that I did. So yeah, it's all connected. It's all connected to the Angels and the game and the Castle Party and my art. So hopefully I'll see you guys at Castle Party 2025.
Boom, dude, I love
We're
that.
all going to be crypto rich. We're all going to be crypto rich in 2025. So we'll actually be able to do some castle shopping.
Exactly. And instead of, guys, you know what's going to be cool? And I love that, because instead of just being, for us that are like, US or North American based, like instead of just doing, the Miamis and the Vegases and the LAs and the yada, yada, yadas that we do every year, now, because it'll be Bull Run, we'll be Giga Chads, we'll be fucking rich and millionaires on our private jets with girlfriend. Well, you guys, I have a wife. I'm fine. But you guys will finally have girlfriends. It's going to be amazing. So yeah, I think this sounds doable. This sounds amazing for 2025, Portugal, and then castle parties, all that stuff. Plus, I mean, all the other crazy things that are going to happen in crypto next year, guys. Just smash the like. If you're bullish on crypto, you're bullish on just amazing experiences, like just smash the like, hit the hearts, do the things. We're trying to give away some money in just a couple minutes. You guys are just like so fucking close to making it 3 people getting $100 today, but it just keeps going to like 298 down, 297 down. Like, come on, guys. We just want to get 294 right now. We just want to give you money.
You are 100% right. These guys are going to get girlfriends, and especially the guys that have the wives. So that's you're like, I got a wife, and now I can get a girlfriend.
Here, my castle.
Not only, here's the deal, you guys. I'm going to be transparent with you. Not only is my wife listening to the show, but I have to sometimes run multiple social media accounts. And I cannot do that well. I cannot handle multiple Twitter accounts. There's no way I could handle multiple women. Okay, that is not even a realm of possibility. So that should be an indicator. Ladies, if you are listening, here's how you test your man. Make him run 2 social media accounts. If he can do it, get out. That's a red flag. If he can't, he's a keeper.
Hey, before we end the space and all that, I did post something in the on the breakfast table there. That's the link for tonight's gaming event. So that's the game we're playing. All my links are there, and we'll see you guys at 9 p.m. Eastern. I'll be live at 8 o'clock. I'll be probably playing some Destillation or whatever, or maybe some Parallel. But yeah, 9 p.m. we'll get at the community together, and we'll play some Jackbox.
Boom. Dude, I freaking love that. Hell yeah. All right, let's go. We're going to just pull this down here. Let's see how many people we got. It's not showing me. It's telling me
296.
What's that?
296.
Guys, this is just a lesson. This is a lesson to you. Just like 1 or 2 of you just didn't do your part. If you would have both done that, you would have gotten those extra people in here that we needed. 297. I'm going to switch over to XPicker. I am going to switch the page over there. If you guys can literally get 4 people in here in the next 30 seconds, we can do it. But you're on the clock. All right. And I'll keep that screen open so I can see. 297. Come on. You can do it. All right. Let's go to XPicker. Guys, here we go. What a great show. I had a fantastic time talking about Web3 gaming with you guys. This is obviously a crypto bull run about ready to kick off with so many fun things, the euphoria, all that stuff. If you've never been a part of a bull run, I am so excited for you. All right, we're going to share this tab instead. 290. It's still showing me 297, guys. I just tried to stall as long as I could. 291. That's it. All right, it is official. We're going with 3 winners, 2 from today's show and 1 makeup from yesterday. And here we go. The winners for today are. Yes. Come on. 45%. There it is. Vintage dad _5. You got a Addy Starfer and DeFi Win 7. Congratulations. The 3 of you just won $100 each in the Gotti token. I will shoot you a DM so you can get me your Solana Phantom Addy and we'll get that to you. Congratulations to all 3 of you. Best of luck to the rest of you guys tomorrow. We will be back at 9 a.m. Eastern. I will be back at 4 p.m. Pacific today. Pacific. Why do I do that? I don't live on the West Coast. 4 p.m. Eastern. What a show. What a show. That's it, right? Has anybody got any parting words before we head on out of here, before we skedaddle for the day? Let's see, we got a hand. Homestead, what's up, fam?
Yo, guys, can I pin a giveaway up here? If you don't mind. It's for a poker project coming to Stargaze. So kind of in the realm of gaming.
Yeah, absolutely, brother. Absolutely. Yeah, you're good. You're always good. It's moving forward. Moving forward, bro. You don't have to ask. You can just pin it.
All right, man. I appreciate that. Yeah, I was in a meeting, so I missed NFT Tuesday yesterday, or NF Tuesday. So I apologize. But yeah.
Oh, dude, you're good.
Thanks for letting me.
Oh, 100%. Yeah. Guys, that just, you know, the whole week, how we've got it structured here on Web3 Breakfast. We got Mondays is our crypto market updates powered by the Crypto Mag. So that's my voice on the Crypto Mag account. You got Mr. Dude on the Web3 Breakfast account. And then Tuesday through Friday is regular programming. So we got NF Tuesdays, Web3 Gaming Wednesdays. We split the duty on Thursdays between Bitcoin, the ecosystem like BRC20s, all that kind of stuff, and RWAs. Both huge focuses. So we'll see where we're at tomorrow. I think we got RWAs planned, but we'll figure that out and I will let you guys know. And then Friday, as you know, is our pizza party. I will be probably here for like the first few minutes, little bit of the show on Friday while we are boarding the plane. And then when we take off, I'll be out of commission. But that's the rest of the week, guys. I hope you can enjoy us, join us. You can enjoy us too. You can just sit there and enjoy us. That's it. That's all I got. Remember the things. We always talk about consistency. Just do it. That the consistency is being consistent, and that will help you become great. So congratulations again to our winners. Best of luck to the rest of you tomorrow. Remember, the ball's in your court now. We think it's a much better idea that the more fan and community integrations that we have, the better. So the more that you guys spice it up, the more folks and friends that you bring in, the more money we can give away, the more happy people.
And burn.
Remember, it's a double burn
500.
too.
You guys are helping the shit out of Gotti, man. 500. We're over 550x more rare than Bitcoin. So thank you, everybody.
The road to 600 continues with the Gotti Inferno.
Yep.
That's it, guys. Have a wonderful day. We'll see you this afternoon. I will see you at 4 p.m. Ciao for now, friends.